Hey Zune fans, this is Jason Dunn from Zune Thoughts, and what I have in front of me here is a whole bunch of Incipio cases. These are all for the Zune 4.8 models. There are 6 cases in total here. What I'm going to do is crack them all open and give you a quick walkthrough of the different cases. Then I also have a bunch of Zune 80 cases. Looks like I have 7 of those, and so in a separate video I will be taking a look at those cases. You can get all these cases from Incipio.com, so stand by while I crack them open. Alright, so we're going to take a look at these Incipio cases. Over here I have my 2 Zunes. I have a red Zune 8 and a green Zune 8. I figured I'd take them both out. Now, this is the first case we're going to take a look at. So this is the Incipio Derma Shot case. So it's essentially silicone-based case, although it feels a little bit smoother than some of the other cases that I've been used to seeing. This particular case comes in a whole bunch of different colors. I think about 6 colors in total. It sells for $12.99 US, so it's quite cheap. And what I'm going to do here is attempt to slide it over my Zune. So silicone cases like this, they should be, you know, a tight fit, but of course it shouldn't be so tight that it's difficult to get on. This is going on quite cleanly, you know, quite reasonably well. So as you can see, this covers the Zune up really nicely. It leaves room up top here for the lock button and for the lanyard, and of course the bottom is completely open, so there's you know, room for the sync cable and the headphone jack. And the buttons can be pressed through the rubber, and I'm gonna go ahead and just gonna boot up the Zune here just to see how it actually responds to the, I have a hunch that the sweeping, oh okay, this is interesting. I wasn't sure if the you know, the touchpad was actually going to work with the sweeping motions, but it looks like the silicone is thin enough that it actually doesn't it doesn't interfere with the left, right, and up and down sweeping motions. So that's actually really impressive. The thing I like about this particular case is that it protects the Zune, you know, completely, other than the screen, of course, but it doesn't actually, it doesn't make it so difficult. Sorry, it doesn't make it so big. A lot of other cases, and some of these other cases like I'm going to look at here, they make the Zune, you know, quite a bit bulkier. And of course, when your Zune gets bulkier, it takes away some of the natural advantages of why you got a small and thin player to begin with. So the silicone case is a little bit hard to get off, but again, that's normal. You want it to be nice and snug. So this case protects everything on your Zune except for the screen, so that's something to be aware of. So we're going to set that one aside. So once again, that was the Incipio Derma Shot case. Just going to put that aside here, and then we're going to take a look at another Incipio case. This one is called the flip case for the Zune, although it's kind of funny. They have this sort of flipped, and then if you turn it upside down it also says flip, so they're being clever. That's all right. So this particular flip case retails for $19.99 US. It's a really simple case. Inside it feels like well, it's leather on the inside, leather on the outside. Comes in a variety of colors. Now this one has a belt clip, so I'm going to go ahead and just put the green Zune so he doesn't feel very neglected. So the case slid in there really nicely, no problem at all there. As you can tell, this one also protects the screen, although it's kind of funny, I don't know if it's important to protect the screen when you have a flap that comes down, but you know, they did it anyway. It leaves the buttons exposed. There's a cutaway here for the sync cable and the headphone jack, of course, and then up top you can still, you know, reach these buttons here. It feels like a magnetic closure, so when the case gets close, you know, it just simply snaps shut. We have the belt clip here, and it looks like the belt clip might be removable because I see two little indents here. So yeah, I'm sure it's removable, but I'm having a really hard time getting it off. Can't do it. All right, well, so I believe this is removable, but if it is, then that's not a very easy way to remove it. I'm not a big fan of the belt clip. I think belt clips look, frankly, a little bit dorky, but hey, if that's your style and you want to snap your Zune to your waist, that would be one way to do it. So again, this is the Incipio flip case. Retails for about $19.99 from Incipio.com. I'm just going to take the Zune out of the case. Slides out easily. Good stuff. set it aside. We have our two Zunes here. Now I'm going to take a look at the wallet case. So this is a slightly sort of a similar style case, only it's focused on flipping over from the side. So it's a little bit different. So we'll take our red Zune and I'll just slide it inside there. So it went in without any problem. So this particular case doesn't actually have any attachments. So this would be the kind of case you'd put like in your jacket pocket or something like that if you want to keep stuff in your Zune. Now this, what it does have though, is it does have a little slot here. So there's not really a whole lot of space in here. So frankly, I don't know maybe what, I suppose you could fit a credit card or maybe a little bit of cash in there in a bind. It too has a magnetic closure on it as well. Similar to the other cases, it's pretty straightforward. Access to the lanyard and the information and the access points up here. At the bottom, it's cutaway. So brown leather, says Incipio on the inside. I believe this one also comes in a couple different colors. So this is another way to protect your Zune. Although again, this is the big thing for me. If you look at the thickness of the Zune, inside this case, and then you look at the thickness of the Zune without it, you're definitely paying for thickness if you want to protect the Zune. So you have to decide, how important it is to protect your Zune, and if you want to be able to, carry around cash or credit cards in the same case. So that might be important for some people. Don't want to discount that. The next style of Zune case is a case that they call the Orion case. And they sent me two of these to check out. So the first one is green, and then they also sent me a black one. So these are, they feel like leather. I'm not 100% sure if they are leather, but what you do is they're essentially just slip cases for the Zune. So if you want, you can put the Zune in this way, but of course for the Zune 4, you probably wouldn't want to. You would actually want to load it in upside down so you can continue to listen, because you want the headphone jack to be at the bottom. They do actually have kind of a neat feature here. I sort of mucked it up here a little bit. Okay, yeah, so I'm going to load it in this way. And then if you look here, there's actually a little piece of leather here, and if you pull on that, it'll actually move the Zune out a little bit. So I'm going to do that again. So you pull, and then it moves the Zune out, and then that allows you to grab the Zune and move it out easily. But the case is also cut away, so it's really easy to grab it and go. So this would probably be my preferred type of case, in most scenarios, because it allows me to put my Zune in my pocket and keep it protected. It also protects the screen, which of course the silicone case doesn't do. The black one functions, obviously exactly the same. We'll just slap it in here, boom, there you go. So this is the Orion case, and the Orion cases also sell for $19.99, so pretty similar to the other cases. I'm just going to get this out of the way here. We'll move the Orion cases away. We have another case here called, where did it go? Man, I've never reviewed so many products, simultaneously. This case is called theDUKE. Kind of a cool name for a case. theDUKE is a little bit different than the other cases, although not really by a whole lot. You slide the case in the top here. theDUKE snaps shut. So it's a little bit like the wallet case, only it's not quite as thick as the wallet case. So this is the wallet case here, and this is theDUKE. So theDUKE is a little bit more slender. It snaps shut. There is no belt clip here. Boy, it's been a long day of videos. I'm getting tired. Snaps shut. Screen protector here gives you access to the buttons, access to everything you need on the top and on the bottom. And the inside, this feels, I think this is actually suede. Yeah, so this thing has a nicer feeling to it. And I think that is why it is a little bit more expensive. Yeah, well, no, I take it back. theDUKE is $19.99. So really, this case is about the same price as, pretty much all the other Zune cases. So that kind of wraps up my very quick look at all of the Incipio cases. So you can get them from Incipio.com. We have theDUKE, the silicone case. We have the wallet case for the Zune. We have the flip case. And I think there was one other one, but it went away. Oh yeah, the Orion cases. Yeah, I already put them on the ground. Jason Dunn from Zune Thoughts. Hope you enjoyed this review. Watch for my review of the Zune 80 cases. Thanks for watching.